Found in section 4.7 of your BJU Press PreCalculus textbook. We're going to look at the laws, and then we're going to learn how to apply them, and then we're going to use this really nifty formula called the change of base, so that way we can find logarithms that are in any base, because our calculator only has base 10, so we're going to learn how to calculate logarithms that are in different bases. So to begin, when we're looking at the laws of logarithms, we have to remember that logarithms are the inverse of exponents. So the laws of the logarithms are going to be very familiar to the exponent laws that we learned. So we'll review the laws of the exponents, and then we're going to see how those laws are very similar to the laws of logarithms. So for example, the product law of your exponents says that when your bases are the same, you add the exponents. So for the law of logarithms, this is going to be where if you have a log base b of x times y, then you can split that up into addition. So it becomes log base b of x plus log base b of y. So notice how that's very similar because it's multiplying in addition. And then we have the quotient law. So in the quotient law, when you have x to the a power divided by x to the b power, again, your base was the same, then you could subtract the exponents. So over here, as long as you have log base b, then you can subtract those quotients. So it becomes log base b of x minus log base b of y. And then you have the power log. So for the power log, if you have x to the a to the b, that becomes x to the a times b. So the power you would multiply. So the same thing over here, you have log base b x to the a power. You're going to take that a and you're going to move it into the front and multiply by it. So let's go ahead and use those laws to rearrange our log. Let's say we have log of a squared times b over c to the fourth, and we want to change it where we only have additions and subtraction. So the first thing I want to do is use the quotient law. And the quotient law says that I can take the quotient and write two logs where it's subtracting. Okay, so I've done that. And now that I've done that, I'm going to go ahead and take this first log and use the multiplication property of log. So that becomes addition, right? It's going to be log a squared plus log b. And then I still have this minus log c to the fourth. Now I'm going to use the power law, which takes the power and moves it to the front for the log of a, and then the 4 for the c to the fourth, it's going to come into the front of that log as well. So I end up with 2 log a plus log b minus 4 log c. Alright, so let's use that and calculate this. So what we'll do, in order to calculate this using logs, what we'll do is we'll first use our quotient log. And so when we take the log of both sides, and then we'll use our quotient rule, and then we'll use our multiplication rule, and then we'll use our power rule. So that's where the 12 came in the front. Okay, and then once we've done that, then we can look up the log values, so the log of 3.49, the log of 82, and the log of 4.27. And then that ends up being 3.96966. So we have log of x equals 3.96966. So notice that this is not our final answer. Now we have to do take each to the power of 10 to cancel out the log. So 10 to the 3.96966 power, and that gives us 9,325. All right, so we can also use logs to find things like the square root of 57. So first you let x equal 57 to the 1/2, because remember the square root is just the exponent 1/2. And so once we have that, we'll do log of each side. Then we'll use our power rule and bring the 1/2 to the bottom. And then that means that the 1/2 log of 57 is 0.8779. Now we go ahead and add the 10 base. And then once we have the 10 base, that means we have x equals 10 to the 0.8779. And that means x is equal to 7.55. So So now we're going to look at the change of base formula. This formula is super useful for when you have a base that's not base 10, because remember your calculator can only calculate base 10. So if you want your calculator to help you out, you need to change the base to base 10. So whatever base you have, base B, you're going to use this formula. So you're going to have log base A, which most of the time is going to be base 10, of x, which is what you're taking the log of, over log base A, usually going to be a 10 if that's what you want to change it to, of B, which was your original base. So that's the formula for change of base. Let's go ahead and try one. We have log base 2 of 5.89. I don't want log base 2, I want log base 10. So I'm going to make it log base 10. So I still take the 5.89, my original log, and then I'm going to take it over the log of my original base, which is 2. So now if I do log of 5.89 over log of 2 in my calculator, that will tell me what log base 2 of 5.89 is. All right, go ahead and try some problems on your own.